And we're live. Oh, do you have your box?
I have my box, yes.
Okay, good. It is not as spectacular now that 3B is a thing. But I still think it's cool.
Okay, then.
Who's that?
Brown.
Some may I say, call me Billy. No.
Brown.
Yeah, when Rye was looking at the design, she's like, why does it say Billy? What does that have to do with anything? She goes, I've never heard anybody called him Billy. I'm like, nobody calls him Billy. That's the big thing.
That is the big thing. He doesn't allow it.
Good morning, John. Unless you are a guest on our show, then you can call us whatever you want.
Yeah. The only two people who do are Kim and Luke.
So far, who knows?
Yeah.
Like we had Preem on here and he called me Jimmy. Okay, player.
Then I guess I'm fucking Jimmy.
Damn straight. And so it begins. Billy Brownhole. Billy Booty Hole Brown. Alrighty. We got a couple people here, so we can kick it off if you're ready.
Well, I'm never ready, but I mean,
excellent.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who would be ready. Brown.
Right. Right now. And it's because you can't get away with Billy Booty Hole Greb.
No, it just doesn't work.
Because it's not brown, but it's not brown.
Well, if it was going to be Greb, then we'd have to call you Guillermo.
Guillermo Greb. Holy shit. Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
Guillermo Grumpy Hole Greb. It's going to be one of them days.
Oh, okay then. Yes.
Good morning.
Well.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, John. Good morning, Cranky.
God.
Who's that? All right.
That's Guillermo Grumpy Hole Grab. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's do this.
All right, I'm going to give you a 5 in Shree. What was your mama?
This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you a trip to 88 with the Prince. Even Hove doesn't want to have lunch with Hove. Ms. Lauryn Hill telling Philly she's going to be late. One of the strangest Halloween treats ever. And Blair Underwood as Billy Booty Hole Brown. Brown. What else? Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Now we're fucking win. Street now.
And now, here's your host, Bill Winters, and Mr. Throwback Thursday, Robinson.
And a pleasant, happy Throwback Thursday to everybody. Welcome to Mr. Throwback Thursday. This is episode 509 with your two favorite hosts, Minister Jamie and Billy Booty Hole Brown.
Billy Booty Hole Brown.
Thank you, Cool Kim, for that last week. I'm never going to live that down. That has now been immortalized on our Facebook page and on our MrThrowbackThursday.com page.
Thank you to Pumice for that.
But big thanks to Cool Kim for coming on last week.
Yes.
He was so much fun. We've had other interviews that I've enjoyed immensely, but I don't think I've talked about them as much during the following week as I did this one. And the video he put up of him unboxing his gift,
Yes.
that was even better. So
Yeah, if for some reason you guys haven't seen that, go check out Cool Kim on any social media. And I believe on Instagram, I am a collaborator on his reel. So you could find it if you go to Reels
yeah,
under mine.
it was hysterical. It really was. This week, we're back to our normal menu of items.
Normal.
We have hip hop headlines. We have some woo news. We'll get to the music that we didn't get to last week.
Mhm.
We'll remind you who the artist of the month is for, actually, by this time, we have a new artist of the month.
Oh, yeah. We should probably fix that, huh?
We should probably fix that.
Let's see. What time do we have on the clock?
We have 10:06.
Okay, which means on the board, I have 2:45.
Yes.
AOM. So how about you tell the people about our hashtag cookies that they got to put in. Here, let me show you a picture real quick.
So
And I'll find us a new artist of the month.
we have a give. Might as well be Cool Kim. I don't think we've done him yet.
Yeah. Let's see. You go ahead.
So we'll do Cool Kim and the UMCs. How's that? Oh, see, Cranky's already in there. Hashtag cookies gets you entered to win a prize from us today.
Look at that.
Jamie has purchased DMC, Daryl Makes Cookies.
Yes, which is the greatest thing. As you've heard many times, Marshall, Fox, and I constantly have DMC conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that we say in our conversation, whatever it may be, starts with a D, an M, and a C somewhere in the conversation.
Right.
So when
Always capitalized too.
of course you have to. So when Daryl makes something, it makes it so much easier because
Especially
he
when
actually makes cookies.
Yeah, especially
He
when
makes
you do something
Chardonnay.
with C.
He makes comics. The easier Daryl makes it for us, the more we appreciate it.
Daryl is a good man.
He is. And you did mention that this is episode 509, right?
I did.
So that would make this the Dix episode.
This would make it the next episode.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm up on my Roman numerals.
As in Fort Dix.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yes. Not as in
I like Three Hard Dicks a lot.
that has nothing to do with this.
I told Janelle that you have that loaded into the sound bank
Yes.
as well as the I'm a very assertive woman thing.
I do sound like a very assertive lady. I'm a woman who knows what I want.
Yes.
And she just shook her head. And it's like, why do you put yourself in these positions? I said, he clips things that I read out of articles. And somehow, some way, it's just.
Yeah, I keep coming up with funky ass shit like every single day. It's just how it goes. Yeah, when things happen naturally and then I make them unnatural, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So, did we come up with a new artist?
Yeah, it's in the private chat.
Okay, good.
So everybody follow Cranky's lead, which no one has ever said. Put in hashtag cookies into the chat box of whatever you're on, and you'll be entered to win some of the coolest cookies in the universe.
Says so right on the bag.
It does. It
We're
says
not
Daryl
making
makes
that up.
cookies. I'm always involved with doing things around families, children, communities, and just like my music, cookies connect us all, bringing generations together for generations. That is Daryl's message on the back of the cookies.
DMC, Daryl's Message Community.
Yes. And if you, for some reason, haven't seen yet, we have these things.
Look at those. Look at those beautiful bowls.
And since Cool Kim taught you how to eat cereal properly, you can put it in this bowl and you can have a good day.
I have not had cereal since he said that. I was traumatized by that whole conversation. So,
But yeah, we got all kinds of stuff going on.
So while that is all set now, we can get to what we have. So we have a new artist of the month now. Heading to breakfast. Oh, okay.
Enjoy your breakfast, Rob.
Enjoy
Don't eat
your
any
breakfast.
cereal.
Cereal rebel. We're just all over the place today. So hip hop headlines, woo news,
Oh, and it's not in the news, but fresh in peace to a bad mother. Shut your mouth, Mr. Richard Roundtree.
Absolutely. It's been a bad week for Fresh in Pieces on the celebrity level. As of last night, Matthew Perry passed away. Yep. Richard Roundtree. There was the accident that happened in the British Elite Hockey League. That just, that one hit home for me to the point where even though I'm just a referee and not a player, I will be ordering and wearing a neck guard from this moment forward. As every goalie in the league did after Clint Malarchuk? Pretty much, yeah. But they've never mandated it. No. Weird. But yeah, remember how many people just tying them on? Just something. Yeah, before they extended the masks. Like when Steve Yeager got hit by the bat years ago, when the shard of the bat went into his throat, and then all of a sudden he just had that dangly piece that came down, like the catchers wear. Yeah, and now they all wear the hockey type masks that have the built-in. I mean, yeah, it was all. I remember tying them off in Little League. I remember tying them off to people to masks, so they had the protector. Yeah, it was. It always takes a tragedy for these things to happen, but it is what it is. Yeah. So let us move on. Let us move on, as they say. Would you be so kind, my friend, to get us started with a little bit of Triple H? Yay! And get that hashtag in there. Yes, cookies.
This is Hip Hop Rocks, Mr. Throwback Thursday.
We'll get on it. It's your turn.
It is my turn, and my turn will start with not a friend of the show, but a person we admire, and a person who always has really good opinions on things, and that is $2 Hort.
Yes, he was a big, gigantic Oakland, Bay Area. I represent it, but he knows hip hop started in the East, and he doesn't try
to deny that fact.
Yeah, he doesn't say no. You're forgetting about the West. No, he's all in on how history actually happened.
And we're talking about the people who are pissing and moaning in the past about not being included in these 50th anniversary celebrations. Short took a different angle on it, and I think a little controversial, I'm sure, within the hip hop community amongst the artists.
Probably.
But I'm not 100% sure he doesn't have a point.
No, I'm with you.
Short came right out and said, 50th anniversary of hip hop. I think that what happened was supposed to happen, he said. Grandmaster Caz and his peers from before Rapper's Delight were supposed to spearhead the movement and say that something that they started 50 years has grown, and they're the founders and forefathers. Short says too much attention was given to the next generation of artists after that, because they haven't been around for 50 years.
No, and he's not talking about like Lil Baby and Sexy. He's not talking about those people.
No, he's talking about people like Slick Rick.
Yeah.
And he name drops them. He's like, if you're going to throw in Slick Rick, Chuck D, Snoop Dogg, you're going to outshine the originals. I feel we should have celebrated the first 7 years before Rapper's Delight. And before Sylvia Robinson and Sugar Hill Records took the torch, which was a beautiful thing. He says, the other side is, did we really celebrate the history of hip hop in Chicago, Miami, Houston, Oakland, and LA? Everyone wasn't celebrating 50. I was celebrating 43.
Yeah.
I feel that we missed the mark by not just singling out the first generation. The rest of us could have just said that we carried the torch.
Right. So he is one who agrees as we've said here and have had guests say here, this is 50 years of New York hip hop.
Right.
Short gets that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's cool that you guys are celebrating 50 over there. I'm celebrating 43 years here myself.
Mm-hmm. So when other people see, Short's always been deferential to those who came before him. He gets it.
Yes.
But I'm sure that did go over well with a lot of his peers.
Peers, yeah.
But I also picture Mr. Shaw to be one of those people who, if you disagree with him, he'll probably say, "Motherfuck you, damn shithead bitch."
Indeed. Yeah, who are you? I'm too short.
On the mic. But he's not Billy Booty Hole Brown.
Who is, though?
Apparently me. Thanks, Kim.
I have heard that about you.
Billy Booty Hole Brown.
Forever.
Yeah. Just add it to the list.
Yep.
So our next article, Ladies First.
Ooh, ladies first.
Now, we mentioned that Will Smith started this new show, right? This new podcast. We talked about it maybe about a month ago. I think. Class of 88 podcast.
Yes.
With Will, and I think Jeff is on it too. He had Queen Latifah on.
He did.
I'm going to have to start putting this into my podcast library because I have not.
Now that it's begun. Yeah.
Now that
I haven't either.
Yeah. Now that it's a thing, I might have to, especially now that he's had the Queen.
Well, yes.
You know, or was she Dana that day? I don't know.
You never know. We have to listen to find out.
But Will sat down with Dana Owens, professionally known as Queen Latifah, to talk about Ladies First, which came out in 1988.
It did. A number.
Smith actually said, and you know, with everything that Will is going through with this whole nonsense with his ridiculous wife, for him to be able to concentrate on this and actually put out a decent product, from what I understand, gotta give him full marks on this. He had Latifah on. He acknowledged to her that putting out a record, Ladies First, at the time was kind of hardcore, he says, because hip hop was pretty male dominated.
It was.
He says it seems obvious, but that was revolutionary, he said. And you know, Latifah is like,
but this time around,
yeah, she says, I had to.
The revolution will not be televised.
So she started talking to him about you know, how she had to establish herself in the business. She said, how am I going to make myself different from my heroes? Light, salt, and pepper, sweet tea. There's a name that doesn't get mentioned enough. Sweet tea.
Yeah.
How am I going to do this? She said, I need to carve a path that's different. Maybe not so far, but it has to be different. So that was the goal. And then she came up with the title as a way of bridging a gap. She goes, a lot of it was, why am I beefing with these girls? Why do these girls keep beefing with each other? We could do a lot more if we stood together, i.e. ladies first. Why don't I just embrace you and maybe you'll embrace me and let me encourage you? So, you know, which I think is a cool idea, you know, and she says, I had to carve a path that's different from them. And then we saw some of the other different paths that have been carved.
Yes.
By Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown back then, and which then became, you know, Sexy Red and her Booty Hole Brown. Billy Booty Hole Brown. But there wouldn't be a Billy Booty Hole Brown if there wasn't for a Foxy Brown or a Lil' Kim. So, again, Latifah always spits knowledge, man. She really does. So I'm going to have to add this to my library and give Will a listen, because I do a lot of driving. I'll probably do that tonight, because I do have to drive to Newburgh again. And that 45 minutes goes a lot quicker when you're listening to something that, you know, instead of the same things over and over and over.
Instead of listening to us.
Well, I've listened to us on the trips too. I listened to the Cool Kim episode twice this week just for the sheer self-loathing torture. I don't know. I maybe I need therapy.
Yeah, who knows?
So
You sound like a very assertive woman, but we're not going to go there.
Apparently so. We haven't had enough Will Smith news yet. So
we haven't.
So we're going to go a little bit more Will Smith.
Oh, let's do that.
We're going to have 2 doses of the Prince. Hot New Hip Hop brings us this one. And you have titled this one, Prince and Peppa.
Yes.
Will Smith was afraid of going on a date with Peppa because of Tretch.
Yes. Well, and that's a very good reason to be afraid.
Peppa was on a break from Tretch at the time. He had a one-off date with Sandy Denton, known as Peppa. He says, I think you and Tretch had been broke up for a minute. So in my mind, when I was like trying to spit my game, but I ain't really have nothing. Because my concern was I was going to get killed, he said.
That is a very serious concern. Tretch was a menacing. I mean, Tretch still is a menacing looking figure.
A menacing looking dude.
Yeah.
And just listening to how sharp his tongue is, you get the feeling this is a guy that is not fuckwithable.
Yes.
Or unfuckwithable. I don't know what the exact word is. But, and then Tretch got back at him.
I love this part.
With this laughing emoji, just teasing him, of course.
Yes.
Because apparently they're good. But Tretch saw the clip online and he said to him, he goes, "Keep my name concerning my ex-bitch out your fucking mouth." He said.
Well played, Tretch.
And Peppa actually said to Will, it was a legitimate concern.
Yeah, you should have been afraid.
And she had a nice time with him. She said, "You were very nice. This was the date you won and beat us out. You were so happy." He was like, "Let's go celebrate. We were out. You saw a homeless person. You gave the homeless person $100. Then we went to the Hollywood sign." So Will Smith is, he's a much better dude than what he's getting nonsense for. And I have a feeling if a certain individual was not in his life, he probably wouldn't have nearly the drama that he does.
I would almost have to say that guarantee.
She cultivates more shit for him. And if I was him, I honestly don't know if I could take it at this point.
As gracefully as he does.
I would probably have lashed out at this point and been like, "Will you shut the fuck up?"
Yeah. But then he's the bad guy.
You know what? I don't think at this point anybody would consider him the bad guy anymore.
Yeah.
Because I think even the general public is like, okay, enough. You know,
Jada, please stop talking.
you not everything needs to be shared.
She's got a whole book about it. Want to read it?
Here it goes. What would you rather have? Let's ask this question. You've called this "Give Me the Loot." Q104, odyssey.com/Q104.
This is everywhere. This has been a thing for a few years now, but this is just who I grabbed it from.
So, would you rather have $500,000 cash?
Yes.
Or have lunch with not just a businessman, but a businessman, one Hawaiian Sophie, who we have stated may be the best businessman in hip hop.
Yes. But I'm going to tell you what any good businessman should tell you.
Take the loot.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Give me the loot. And I can turn that loot into more loot.
Yes.
I mean, you have lunch with somebody. What are you doing? You're turning food into poo.
Yeah. And he says it in this article or in this interview. I didn't hear the Gayle King interview, but he says, I would also take the money and then tell you, go listen to all my albums, buy some music and listen. I tell you everything that you need to know in those lyrics. I'm not going to impart to you any super wisdom while we're sitting there eating a meal together.
Right.
You know, and that makes sense. You know, like, do you get to have a one-on-one business meeting with him for a couple hours or something, that's very different than sharing a meal with somebody in a restaurant, at your home, anything. You're not going to be deep in conversation while you have food in front of you,
Although I have been in diners and places
Oh, yeah.
like this where people have completely deep, inappropriate conversations over food, and you're sitting there going, well, I don't want this chicken parm anymore now that I know that
Those are very different conversations.
now that I know that this one bleaches their booty hole, so it's no longer booty hole brown.
Booty hole brown.
And that's an actual conversation that happened at dinner one
I
time.
have zero doubt.
But
those type of conversations are okay.
A family acquaintance actually pulled up on their phone a chart of different color levels of anal bleaching while we were at the time was the Hyde Park Brewery.
Mhm.
So while I'm sitting there looking down at my chicken parm, I'm discussing what shade would you like your anus bleached to?
Well, that is a good question, though. If you got to pick a color.
Otherwise, you're going to end up with
Booty hole brown.
Look, I might as well just feed into this thing. I
You-
know
you
you're
may
going
as well at this point.
You're going to hit it 17 times in the show anyway. I might as well find reasons for you.
Yeah, and when you get the T-shirt for Christmas, I expect to see it.
If I get a T-shirt for Christmas that says this, I will wear it on the very first episode of the new year. How's
Okay,
that?
that's fair.
So yeah, Jay-Z. Have you seen my poop swatches? Shit swatch. Maybe
That's not what the Fat Boys were wearing.
Maybe that's my new hip hop name. Shit swatch. Is that anything like Sasquatch?
Who knows?
Or as Patton Oswalt would say, look, honey, there goes fuck squatch. So Jay-Z would rather have $500,000 than lunch with himself.
As would I.
As would I, yeah. Gail King is just like, he's talking to me.
Yeah. Oprah made him talk to me.
I was gonna say, has anybody done more with the fact that they're friends with somebody? You
Dr. Phil.
You constantly hear people talking about nepotism being bad.
Mm-hmm.
What is it when it's not family, when it's just friends? Is it still nepotism?
I would say so.
Because that's what it is with Dr. Phil. I'm glad you mentioned him. I completely forgotten about him.
Yeah, it's easy to do. Dr. Oz.
Well, it's not so easy to do when you talk like a bumbling idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk like a bumbling idiot.
Cash me outside, yeah.
Oh, good Lord. Yes, thanks. Thank you for setting Bahad Bahabi out on us. Fuck you. I can't. She needs to go away too.
Yeah.
But no, nobody's seen your poop swatches, John. That's how we get back to this. So,
yeah.
Next-
Dr. Phil is just Mr. Mackey.
he kind of is. Now that you say that, he's Mr. Mackey with a different accent.
Yeah.
I used to say when I was talking about my kids, I said, my goal as a parent is not to end up as a surprise guest on Dr. Phil, having that bald fucker go, you need to look in the mirror and recognize your behaviors.
Okay.
Drugs are bad. Shouldn't do drugs. Next article.
Yes.
And Blair Underwood as
This is the only thing I don't like about doing our show weekly is we record on a Sunday, we release on a Thursday, and news happens in between that you're like, oh, I wish we could have talked about that, but now it's too late.
Yeah.
But some important dates, although oddball numbers, some important dates, I have to go back and mention things that happened.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily on this day. It's previously on.
Yes.
While you were out.
And last week in 1985,
A number.
Russell Simmons, along with Michael Schultz,
Not
distributed.
Charles Schultz.
No, that would be a different movie altogether.
It
wouldn't
would.
it? distributed Crush Groove,
Yes.
which I still think is the greatest fresh flicks we have done.
It was a good one.
Just because
It was no tougher than leather, but you know.
John, the fractured butthole. How can you fracture? I just
No, it's the fractured butthole.
Yes. Context, syntax, and
Yes.
emphasis on the right syllables makes
Indeed.
all the difference in the world. So 38 years ago, Crush Groove was released.
Yeah.
38 is not normally an an anniversary that we would
It's
acknowledge.
not.
It's usually one where they come out. It's like, why? Why are we celebrating 38?
Because these people are still alive.
Yeah, which at this point is saying something because we're losing people left and right.
Well, 2/3 of the Disco 3
Mm-hmm.
that were in that movie.
Yeah.
J&J.
Disco 3, Fat Boys, Run DMC, JMJ. He's
Yep.
going. Curtis Blow, who I'm shocked is still here with his health issues, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. Jekyll and Hyde.
We
Beastie-
lost half of Jekyll and Hyde.
We did.
Andre Harrell.
We lost 1/3 of the Beasties.
Yeah.
And Sheila E's still around.
Yes, she is.
She's on a new game show, I think, isn't she?
I have
Is
no
she
idea.
Loteria Loca on CBS.
Maybe.
I think-
Yes, I did see her. Yes.
That's an odd thing for her to do, but you know what?
She's
Good for
like
her.
the house musician.
She's,
So she's the band leader.
she's getting paid. That's
Yeah.
all that matters. What do the kids say now? I'm trying to sound hip. Hello, fellow teenagers.
Yes. Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Get
Oh.
that bag, girl. But yeah, give me the loot. Give me the loot. And still one of the greatest soundtracks ever,
Yes.
with All You Can Eat and I Can't Live Without My
Not my
Radio.
Box.
The original, If I Ruled the World,
Mm-hmm.
not the Nas and Lauryn Hill
No.
version. We're talking Mr. Curtis Blow
And
and
the first
the-
appearance of Chris Rock.
and the Crush Groove All Stars with Crush Grooving, Body Moving.
Body moving.
I had that might be the first repeat Fresh Flicks we do.
It may be. Brenda K. Starr was in it.
Yep, that's right. And Russell Simmons was in it, not playing Russell Simmons.
That is the greatest part of that whole movie. Everyone plays themselves. Everyone.
Except Russell Simmons is played by, I need somebody to play me, but he's got to be more debonair,
Let me see who reminds me of me.
but is better looking. Blair Underwood. No, Body Rock will not happen again.
Look, any movie that we had to watch as a Fresh Flicks on YouTube because no one else in the world had it
That would be like
will
if we
not
had
happen
to
again.
watch Deathbed.
No, I still own that.
Yeah, well, you and the guy who wrote it, that's
And
about
Patton
it.
Oswalt.
I don't even know if he owns it.
I know he saw it.
Yes. So stop me if you've heard this one. Hey, Philly, I'm going to be late. This is a little different, though.
It is, yes.
This was actually, I got a doctor's note.
Why are you late? I got a doctor's note.
Look, I mean, look, if you miss work, you're supposed to have a doctor's note.
But
Right?
you shouldn't have one in advance. Like, okay, next week I'm gonna be out because I'm gonna be sick. But I'll have a
Well,
doctor's note.
Unless you have some kind of chronic thing that
Yes.
says, this person, because I've written.
Is that
these
why
kind of notes
Detox
for
is late?
people. Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
He had some sort of chronic thing, and that was it.
Oh, well done. No, I've written notes for people who have chronic conditions that say there are times this patient is going to need time off. And if they say they need time off because of this debilitating condition, if you have questions, call us, but don't fuck with them. Give them time off.
Yes.
We stated a little bit more eloquently than that, but that's
A
basically
little
what
bit.
it is. Like, look, we're saying this person's sick and it happens from time to time. And unless you want to get sued, give them the time off they need.
Yeah, but it just reminds me of this video that I'm gonna put up on the screen and see if I screw everything else up while doing it. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Be seated.
Yes, Kenny. What is it?
It's gonna fuck up here.
Please excuse me for being late. I have explosive diarrhea.
Kenny had a doctor's note, man.
Kenny had a doctor's note. It wasn't a doctor's note. He had his own note
Yes.
that says what he's got, and he signed it K.
Hey.
I would just send him right out of the class. So Lauryn Hill was supposed to perform in Philadelphia.
Yes.
She is notorious for using the clock as a guideline as opposed to an actual thing. Let's put it that way. It's kind of like the Pirates Code. You know, stick to the code is really just a set of guidelines, more or less.
Yes.
And you're not a pirate anyway, so it doesn't apply to you.
Doesn't apply.
Oh, I gotta watch that movie again. I love those movies. She was scheduled to play a show in Philadelphia recently and announced on social media that it was delayed. It is with disappointment that I am writing this note to you. Signed Epstein's mother.
Yes.
On the advice of my physicians, I have no choice but to postpone the show tomorrow. I need to rest my voice to prevent any more serious strain or damage to my vocal cords. I guess that's a legitimate excuse when you are a performer who uses your voice to perform.
Yes.
That being said,
someone who sings.
That being said, you probably should work on not scheduling so many shows back to back to back to back.
Yes, when you are, let's just say, out of practice.
It's not difficult to say, look, I could do 2 shows in a row. I'm going to need 2 days in between.
Right.
Plus, that gives you time to travel and get set up if you're doing all these other.
And transport pros across state lines. And...
I have never understood how, you know, it's like, hey, this band is in New York City on Tuesday, and then they're in Pensacola, Florida on Wednesday.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they get there?
In an airplane.
How the fuck did the sets get there unless they have multiple sets?
Or they have people who just drive through the night.
That's dangerous, man.
It is. Ask Tracy Morgan.
Oh, no, don't ask Tracy Morgan anything about driving. Brother's got a bad reputation for that. So, again, she says, I need to rest my vocal cords. She expresses how enjoyable the tour has been up to this point. She will be back next month, November 25th. So the full statement is listed, and it's on her Instagram page. Oh, God. It is with disappointment that I'm writing this note to you on the advice of my physicians. I have no choice but to postpone the show tomorrow. I need to rest my voice. The start of this tour has been incredible. What an amazing experience to celebrate this anniversary with all of my family, my friends, and all of you. This is the same woman that said, I'd rather have my kids starve than have white people buy my music.
Yep.
Maybe she's changed.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows?
Indeed.
I look forward to giving you the show you deserve with a fully recovered and healthy voice. Parentheses. It's just going to start 4 hours late.
As long as you know this.
The new date for Philadelphia will be November 25th. Parentheses. I will be taking the stage on the 27th.
Yes. Again, if you know this.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like what we said. How many times are you going to touch the stove and burn your hand before you realize it's hot? So a little eastbound and down from John. John's on fire today. Who gives up? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's our next one. The New York Daily News brings us this one, and I didn't send you this. So
You did not. I do my own work sometimes, man.
Yeah, but usually anything from the Daily News or the New York Post, because those are the two periodicals that I read on a regular basis. the Grammys salute to 50 years of hip hop special. So apparently, somebody gives a fuck about a goddamn Grammy.
Somebody does, yes.
Or Grammy gives a fuck about hip hop.
Yeah. But
And-
here's a question. Didn't Questlove already do this?
He did.
Okay.
Did.
Do we get the Grammys twice in the same year?
Not usually.
So I'm confused about this part.
Unless it's just a special concert that Grammy is hitching their name to.
Like the one we did last time.
Mm-hmm. But this one is going to have Roxanne Shante, Big Daddy Kane,
Mhm.
and MC Light. They've joined the lineup of the upcoming Grammy Salute to 50 Years of Hip Hop, which is it's a special, it's a concert special. So it's a
Okay.
lot like, when the other genres of music do this, like the American Country Music Awards celebrate so and so.
Right.
But this is the first time I've ever seen the Grammys do it.
Well, that's because we don't usually give a fuck about the goddamn Grammys.
This thing is going to be filmed November 8th at the YouTube Theater in Inglewood,
Always up to no
California.
good.
The show is going to air December 10th on CBS and also stream on Paramount Plus. So that might be worth a watch.
I would say so.
So definitely for me, a big watch.
We'll give a
especially
fuck
with
about the goddamn Grammys.
Jesse Collins Entertainment is the producer of this show. They're the brains behind the halftime show that had Dre and Snoop and all them in it.
And Batman,
Yes.
50 Cent.
It's a 2-hour special. It's going to showcase the profound history of hip hop and celebrate the genre's monumental cultural impact around the world, according to their official description, which of course sounds like it was written by a PR firm.
Right.
Previously announced performers for this show, which I didn't even know was a thing until you
Previously
sent me
on.
this week. Latifah's going to be there. So we get 2 Latifah news
Yes.
in 1 week.
Unless she's on vacation.
And it's just Dana today.
Yeah.
LL Cool J, Rakim.
Speaking of LL Cool J, I want to interrupt here. Anybody know this guy?
That would be Flat Cool J.
It is. I believe.
I believe.
I'm going to take my Flat Cool J and put him in an envelope like the original Flat Stanley and put a message with it so we can send it around the world. The same Flat Cool J around the world like Lisa Stansfield.
Mm-hmm.
And see what happens. Maybe we'll come up with a Facebook page just for Flat Cool J or
Where in the world is Flat Cool J?
or an Instagram. I don't know how we would do that. We would have to come up with a Flat Cool J Instagram account and just have people tag Flat Cool J on the gram and see where it goes. That way we can get him outside of the posse because
And then Flat Cool J can have his own tiki-taki.
fucking hate tiki taki.
I
But anyway, but yeah, and we'll like put a sheet of paper in with him that has to go with him. And everybody can sign where he's been and we'll see what happens.
Like a log.
Yes. It's big, it's
Or-
heavy, it's wood. Oh, wrong log.
Or somehow maybe get something online database where we give the
Digital tracking.
address to, go online and put who you are, where you've been, and see if you can upload a picture of Flat Cool J there
Yeah.
too. I mean, that's something we could do.
Worst thing that happens, it leaves my house and it never comes back. Who knows?
And then we can print out another one because
Yep. We have the
think-
technology.
I think you should start by sending it to Cool Kim. Except he'll drop it on his bed.
But it won't break this one.
He won't break this
No
one.
no
He
chance of breakage.
He didn't break the mug, thankfully.
No, he
He's like,
didn't.
Yo, thank God I was on my bed. Well, other performers at this Grammy show, as we,
Are not Flat Cool J.
that are not Flat Cool J. Although, how cool would it be to send Flat Cool J to Cool J,
Cool J.
and have him be on the stage?
See, I think that if we get this thing to actually go somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
Somehow we get it back. I don't know how we get it back.
After
Well,
50.
And then
50
send it to the museum
Oh,
so
that
they
would
can
be cool.
display Full of Lat Cool J and everywhere he's been.
That would be cool. That
We'll-
would be full
we'll
of
look
lat
into that.
cool.
let me talk to some peoples and see if we can arrange
Absolutely.
something.
And maybe turn it into a fundraiser.
Mm.
You know, help support Full of Lat Cool J getting to the
To the
Hip Hop
Museum. Yes.
So anyway,
Yeah.
non-Full of Lat Cool J,
No.
Swole Cool J will be on this special
With a
as
K.
well as Rakim, the supersonic trio of JJ Fad, the luminary icon, friend of the show, MC Shah Rock,
Yes.
the Far Side, my good friend Billy, Uncle Luke, friend of the show, Yo-Yo,
Mhm.
and who gives a fuck about a goddamn Emmy, Grammy, and Oscar-winning lyricist, Common.
Yes.
Also on board for the event, Arrested Development, Black Sheep, Cypress Hill, Diggable Planets. We have friends in pretty much all of these groups, by the
And,
way, which is ridiculous for us to say even 10 years almost into this.
Word on the street is that Drez and Mr. Long may be getting back together. I've seen pictures of the two of them together.
Mm-hmm. I told somebody about, when we were pumpkin picking last week.
Mhm.
Part of the fun of our pumpkin picking trip is we drink all the ciders
Right.
at this one place. So I think it was Susie. No, it might not have been Susie. Somebody handed me a cider, the pumpkin cider, which was really good. But I was driving, so I said, I'm the sugar dick daddy. Fuck what you think. Pass the cider right by me because you know I
No, I
can't
don't.
drink. Wyatt handed it to me. And I said it to him, and he goes, what was that? I said, that's Black Sheep, man. He goes, I know I've heard something like that before. A friend of his has a Black Sheep picture disc that he bought on
Really?
vinyl. He goes, and we listened to it one night. I said, Past the 40 is the best track
It
on
is.
that album.
Now give me that, kid.
I said, and then I gave him the rest of it. I said, I remain sober when I drop a hit, but I put gum in my ass because I likes to pop shit.
Dave
And I said
Gossett.
that too. And he's like, that's great. I said, you got to give it a listen again, man.
Yeah. Ronnie has a good idea for Full of Lat Cool J.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said 50 years of hip hop, we should get 50 signatures.
Yeah. And then
I
have it
think
come
that's
back and we'll put the tag Full of Lat Cool J.
Mm-hmm. Send
on
it to your
Instagram.
Send it to your friends in the hip hop community.
Yeah.
And then the last one, and then we'll send it to LL.
Yes.
He should be the last one.
Well, I would think since we're going to be doing season 2, if we can get it around the world tonight, and then get it back, I can get it to Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Pete can give it to LL when they're doing an episode of the show or something.
Then have the 49th person
Send it to Pete.
send it to us or send it to Pete, and have LL Cool J be the 50th signature.
Let me see what we can do.
Let
me write this down.
Ronnie, I like your idea, buddy.
Full
See,
Lat
this is
Cool
why we have smart friends.
J.
It's a
Yes.
good thing the posse's smart because the hosts are idiots.
Yes. Make sure you put hashtag cookies.
Yes, hashtag cookies get you into the
Some of
drawing for
the
later today to
coolest
get
cookies in
Daryl
the
makes
universe.
cookies. They are the coolest cookies in the universe. Because it's
And I'll throw in a fresh radio sticker too.
Cool. Other people on this show, word to the motherfucking DJ Quick,
Yes.
E40, Glorilla, Gunna, Jeezy, Juvenile, Lotto,
Formerly Miss Mulatto from
Mm-hmm.
what the heck was that Jermaine Dupri games, the rap game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lil Poopy.
Loonies, who have their own level on our Patreon.
Yes, they have 5 on it.
DJ Spinderella, the 3-6 Mafia, T.I., $2 Hort, second time he's been mentioned
Mhm.
today. 2 Chainz, the Regulator himself, the greatest song in the history of hip hop. Warren G and YG are also on board for the event. So this is going to be a pretty cool thing. And what I say, December 10th is when it's supposed to be
I think so.
broadcast. Yes, September 10th on CBS and Paramount Plus. So if you can't watch it live, make sure your DVR is sick
On Memorex.
on Memorex. The last article, and I hate you, by the way, for this.
I didn't do this.
No, but you're putting this out in the universe.
Well, everyone's going to hate me.
Well, it's
'cause I'm
out in the
gonna play it.
universe, but you're sharing it.
Yes.
Here comes Halloween. This comes to us from Yahoo.com.
Yes.
They don't even use that anymore. Why do we?
Doesn't matter. We do. Because we are a throwback show.
Okay.
We throw back to previous advertising.
Where's the beef?
Indeed.
Between Wendy's buns.
Of course.
That was the old joke. Yahoo Entertainment answers the question that everybody has on their lips. Why did child star advocate Corey Feldman agree to record a Halloween song with the 4-year-old son of Flavor Flav?
The world may never know.
Because he says, I was just amazed at his energy and his talent. He says, I'm not a real big fan or supporter of kids in the industry. I think everybody knows that. So I don't really like to push a child working agenda. But JRD is the name.
Yeah, I believe it's him and Kate's son is Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Is Jordan Drayton, aka 4-year-old viral singer JRD. He needed a duet partner. Corey Feldman did for his spooky single, Here Comes Halloween.
Look, do you know the last time Corey Feldman did a rap song? You know who his duet partner was?
I'm afraid to ask because no, I don't.
The Mike Stalker.
Wow.
Doc Ice.
That's surprising.
Oh, my Lord. It was horrible. It was on some morning show. I don't know if it was Good Morning America or one of them. Somebody find it. Research department. I know you've seen it. It was the, you know, when you feel bad for someone,
Yeah, when you're watching something and
you're
you're like,
embarrassed for them.
yes. You know when I felt that most recently?
Right
The
before
last-
the show when I showed you that video.
No. And you know, this probably is going to be a terrible thing for me to admit. The last time I saw Dick Clark hosting the New Year's Eve thing,
Mhm. Where they wheeled him out.
I was like, why are they doing this to this poor man? Let him have some dignity.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson rubbing off on him is not necessarily the phrase that I would want to use, because that probably, that probably has a different connotation than what most people would think.
Yeah.
So that was the last time I felt embarrassed by something like that. But anyway, yeah, this is
So
this is something.
it is indeed a thing.
Now let's keep in mind, Corey Feldman is big on Halloween. He's played a lot of roles in Halloween themed movies.
Yes.
The Lost Boys and the 2 forgettable sequels.
Yes.
Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Gremlins.
He stabbed, macheted Jason's face like a billion times.
And
It
had
was
no
Tommy.
effect.
Tommy something.
It's like wrestling. He no-sold it.
Yes.
I have to ask Donnie Mercury about that no-selling thing. The
He had 2
Goonies.
matches yesterday, by the way.
2 matches.
2.
Did he get paid twice? No.
He actually got paid once though.
He did. Good
That is
for
his
him.
first professional. He can now call himself a professional wrestler because he got paid.
Good for him. Good for him. Bordello of Blood.
Yep.
That wasn't that a George Clooney thing or a Quentin Tarantino? I forget who.
No,
did
that was
or is it Guillermo del Toro or one of those things? I'd have to go and look at it. I remember
Guillermo
the name
Grumpy
of
Hole Greb.
No, don't bring that back, please. So
Bring
yes,
that beat, bring that party back.
don't bring that back either.
Anybody who dares.
So
There's that.
is this the
That's the previous one. I'll send that to you so you can watch it later.
Yeah, I was actually going to look for that while you were playing this
God,
one.
it's horrible. I'll send it to you
So
because you'll be muted.
this is Corey Feldman
Mm-hmm.
with JRD
Mm-hmm.
with their collaboration called Here Comes Halloween.
My apologies to all of you.
Who is it? Who is it? Whoa! Whoa! Who is that? Who is that? Oh, JRD, what do you got? Hey, you ready for the session? Let's go do it. Come on, up to the studio. Let's go.
All right. Ready to record. Well, let's do this. Oh, look, your mom. She's got your headphones.
Here. Wow, excited? Gotcha, buddy.
Let's do this.
Okay, that's over now.
Sad thing is, it is going to, because of the star power behind it, it is going to be an earworm for a lot of people when it's released. And yeah, it's like the line from Jurassic Park. You're more concerned about whether you could. You didn't stop and think about whether you should. But you know what?
It is.
It's a thing. The kid had fun.
Yes.
Can't.
What I want to know, watching the video, is JRD comes to the door, but his mom's already inside.
That's just bad editing. Maybe that's what he was going to the door to look for.
Maybe.
You see my mom? You see my mom? Talk about my mom.
Yep.
No, we're not going to. We're
No,
not going to talk about Kate that way.
no, we are not.
It's just a funny thing. I don't think it's worth that, especially for all the perks that you get for it, like being able to. Well, the
No,
JR
JRD has the star power. It's Flavor Flav and Kate Gamble's son.
yes. Anybody who's got and Flavor Flav, Flav's got a problem.
Is it Corey Feldman hanging around with his son?
No, it's this Taylor Swift obsession that he's got.
That's what happens when you get sober. You need to cling on to something else.
I'd rather be drunk. But you know, I shouldn't say that. I should never make fun of anybody's sobriety.
No.
But if you know, whatever gets you through, I guess.
Indeed.
One day at a time. If listening to Taylor Swift is what keeps him on the straight and narrow, then by all means,
Listen
buy
to
all the
all of
albums.
it.
Buy all the albums you want. Put more money in her pockets, as long as it keeps you on the right path.
Yeah.
You know, I would.
Or what you do is you go buy the old albums and you put money in Scooter's pocket, but you still get the same effect for you.
God, I would rather put money in her pocket than his. He's
Yes.
a scumbag.
Yes, he is.
So that's neither here nor there. That is hip hop headlines for
It
episode
is.
509,
It is.
Roman numeral DIX,
Dicks.
which is appropriate considering who's hosting the show. We're going to take our first break of the day. And when we come back, we're going to have a little bit of woo news. And then we're going to get into some music on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 509, with your friends, Minister Jamie and
Silly booty hole Brown.
more from this nonsense after the break.
Mhm. I have to go fix something on Rice's computer. I'll be right back. Talk to the peoples.
Love the flat cool J idea.
I thought it was a pretty good idea.
That we need to make happen. We really do.
See my new shirt?
The Apollo, the soul of American culture.
Yeah.
Because
Number
it
one
should have-
son bought it for me when he was
does
up
that
there.
say Man Sims on the back?
If only.
It
It's
should.
got
Aha. ApolloTheater.org. Nice.
I'll be right back.
It should have Sam Man Sims on the back with his hook. This is Halloween. It's going to be stuck in your heads now, people. You're welcome. Let's pull up our Woo News. We're going to have two pieces of Woo News. So we shall bring those up and have them ready. John, who are your Vikings playing today? I didn't get to look at the schedule. Or are they on a bye week? Let me pull up Yahoo and take a look. Let's see. Schedule. NFL schedule. Scores and schedule. Today the Vikings have the Packers today. That should be a win for the purple. That should be a win for the purple. Jordan, I think the bloom has come off the Jordan Love Rose. As far as I can tell, a couple of interesting matchups today. New England and Miami back at it. After New England beat them. Actually, no. New England beat the Jets. Never mind. Jets and Giants. That's the toilet bowl in Flushing, New York, when they used to play it at Shea Stadium. But now it's, and I don't have access to the board. Otherwise, I'd say it's in the area where it smells like, cheap cologne and raccoons, and that's how you know you're in New Jersey, as he always says. Chiefs and Broncos. That's probably going to be another team putting 70 points up on Denver, like Miami did today. or this year. The Bears, who somehow have won 2 games this year, going up against the Chargers, who somehow have only won 2 games. He's bad. Okay. Daggone, of course. Yeah, where's okay. Yeah, now they play in New Jersey. The IT department just told me that she's taking my father-in-law over to bring his cat to the vet. His cat's not been doing well the last few days. Charlie's an old boy. Charlie is a cantankerous little orange cat who just hasn't been himself in the last few days, and I think he's got some kind of an infection, and I hope that they can just give him some kind of antibiotics and help him feel better. I hope it's not anything serious because, my father-in-law's lost a lot of stuff the last couple of years. So let's hope his cat's okay. But anyway, as Jamie comes back in.
Yes, this is as our friend Kat once said, #professional.
Hey, I have this box you told me not to open until showtime.
Oh, yeah.
I have it here. Am I opening it now?
Yeah, you can open it now. Now's a good time. We're on a break.
Have to be during the broadcast?
No.
Okay.
No, it is more for you and the people who watch more than it is the people who listen and don't really get to hear everything that happens. And for anyone who hasn't yet, hashtag cookies. Bill's not getting cookies. But
no.
You could win. Yeah. Like Cool Kim. Just don't drop it.
Well, it doesn't matter if I drop it right now. You've all experienced the way Jamie packs his stuff.
Many people have, yes.
It would take a nuclear blast to damage what I've got going on here.
Just like when you guys order these.
I don't know what kind of tape you use, but
packing tape.
But
duck.
This stuff could probably hold the bumper on a Cadillac. Any more words of Cool Kim? An awful lot of packing peanuts in here.
Yes. I agree, John. The Cool Kim video was pretty amazing. I was up at MGM National Harbor, and the wife and I were playing slot machines, and my phone's going burr, 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 burr. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, Cool Kim has invited you to collaborate on a video. And I'm like, all right, let me check this out.
Were you the one who put in the logo in the bottom?
No, he did all that.
He put in the Throwback Thursday logo? He brought up the piece to the interview?
Yeah, I have nothing to do with his video. He made a video, and then he tagged me in it. That was all. That was all him.
Good God. I feel like I'm trying to open like a... What the hell was that thing from the Da Vinci Code?
I don't know.
That had all
I remember is the guy that played Vision was in it as some weird albino.
Oh, yeah, Paul Bettany. He played the albino monk.
Yeah, he's Vision.
Who killed people.
Well, cool. Vision didn't kill people. Well, I guess he did kill people.
How'd you get the hockey jersey on there?
I
Photoshop?
Yes, I made everything on that mug. I did myself.
Because I have a picture of me in my hockey jersey.
I know.
Oh my God.
Did you suffer a cross chickadee check that really wrecked your back?
My lower back is killing me.
Did you have to go as Bushwick Bill for Halloween this year due to a high sticking injury to your eye? Are you dealing with a throbbing head after being on the receiving end of a roughing call?
If it ain't rough, it ain't right.
Well, you need the law offices of William M. Winters, Esquire, the world's only hip-hop hockey injury law firm. we only deal in the category of hip hop and hockey injuries. Not hip hop injuries, not hockey injuries. We cater to a very specific hip hop hockey injuries. So get out there.
Let's do that hockey.
And we can all get paid.
Paid for by the law offices of William M. Winters, Esquire.
Now you can show the people what it is you're looking at. Wouldn't you trust that guy to represent you?
You know he's a good lawyer. Look at all the law books behind him. That commercial is the greatest thing I've ever heard. I just think it's ironic after what happened to that guy last night. But
I know, right?
oh my God. This is going to be my new work mug.
Good.
Do that hockey so we can all get paid. Oh my good God. That was
not everything has to do with Billy Booty Hole Brown. Sometimes
WMWESQ. That might be the greatest thing I've ever heard. The mug itself is great. Don't get me wrong. But that commercial, that's high quality.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you look like Bushwick? If it ain't rough, it ain't right. I thought you were going to go with if it ain't rough, it ain't me.
Yes.
Oh, what was the first one? The cross check? Oh, my lower back is killing me.
Yes.
Oh my God. Third member of the I thought Death was the third member of Wild Stallions.
I guess he was, yeah.
Melvin. Because it wasn't Carlin.
No.
I forget. What was Carlin's name in that movie?
I don't know. I just remember the sunglasses and the trench coat. And...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wear sunglasses and a trench coat and people want to have me arrested.
Yeah, you open the door for a 4-year-old and bump fists with him, tell him come up into the studio. People also want to arrest you. Unless you're Corey Feldman, then it's okay.
Unless you're Corey Feldman, yeah, then it's all right. Because, you know, Michael Jackson rubbed off on him.
Full circle, man.
Oh, you think there was a circle involved?
I'm sure.
That's something
yes.
else, too.
I'm sure there was.
You're a jerk.
Rufus, yes.
Rufus, yes. You bring up the circle, you're a jerk.
Indeed. We're not talking about a punk band.
No, we are not.
So now you can tell your wife, it's not just always picking on you. Sometimes we celebrate you.
Sometimes we celebrate you, yes. But that's brilliant.
You know, that mug's been sitting around here for probably like 3 months.
Really?
Yeah, like I did the whole design and everything, and I worked it out, and I put it on the mug, and I set it down because it has to cool, you know, after I'm done making it. And I set it on the counter in the dining room. It's like where all my coffee mugs are on the wall.
Right.
So I set it on the counter there, and then stuff just got packed around it, and it got moved and put into a cabinet. And I found it last week, and I'm like, I never sent this to him. Shit.
Now, how long ago did you make the commercial?
Probably around the same time.
Oh, wow.
But the two together, that's I'm not putting that on a shirt. That is just for you.
If you put that on a shirt for me, I will wear it under my uniform every time I go out on the ice.
But then I would have to put like the WMW logo on the front, on the chest, and then the other part on the back.
Dude, if you could put that on an Under Armour, that would be the best because that's what I wear under my uniform.
I don't have Under Armour money.
No, nobody has Under Armour money. Under Armour, where a t-shirt costs you $79.
Yeah. Well, if it ain't rough, it ain't right. I don't know. So if you guys have not gotten your ordered, not if you haven't gotten them yet, because I haven't sent out many. If you haven't ordered your Good Day Bowl yet, you should do that. Run over to MrThrowbackThursday.com/shop and get your bowl.
We only have what, like 8 left?
7, I think, as we went to air. For what no one has seen yet because I forgot to post it anywhere. Let me see if I can pull photos up here and see if it makes any sense. So I'm gonna be showing you pictures. So there's this. Some of you have seen this before. This is the Mr. Throwback Thursday poker chip, which has a 14 denomination on it, which is the strangest poker chip denomination you'll ever see. It is wrapped in bubble wrap here. It is stuck inside of a Good Day bowl, and it is wrapped. Amongst all of these, there's a bunch of them wrapped in bubble wrap already. That's the soldiers ready to go. There are 2 of them that have been randomly inserted into bowls. And since none of these bowls are numbered, it doesn't matter who gets what one. I'm really ridiculous about keeping track of who got what number.
Right.
So I have spreadsheets for all of our numbered mugs and things. But yeah, unnumbered. So I can wrap them all ahead of time and not have to worry about whose goes where. And so randomly in that pile of mugs of bowls that I've wrapped so far are 2 poker chips. So I guess that's our golden ticket because I don't have money to be throwing special stuff in there, but I can make a poker chip or 2 and throw them in there. So 2 people.
Keep them in your wallet. It looks like a condom.
Yes, that's what I want to advertise to the world.
It leaves that little ring. Which I found out when I kept my poker chip in my wallet after 2 days. I was like, oh, it looks like I've got a condom in here and I've been married for 20 years. I don't need that. So now it is just on my desk at work. And now it's going to be next to WMW Esquire, Hip Hop Hockey Injury Law.
Which, again, I don't know if anybody outside of us knows that everything I've sent you in the past, who knows how long, is addressed to William M. Winters Esquire.
Yes, because I used to have to wear a suit for work every day as part of the bank. And he's like, you look like you should be an Esquire. I said, that's a legal thing. I don't give a fuck. You are now Esquire.
and have forever since been.
And I don't know legal shit at all.
Yeah.
I hope I know enough legal shit that I don't break the law. But
no, you are a personal injury lawyer. It's okay.
In a very specific field.
Very specific niche.
Hip hop and hockey.
Yes, the 2 had to collide in order to have the injury that you were qualified to represent.
So if you get hit by a cross check and you say, my lower back is killing me, I can take the case.
Exactly.
You get hit in the eye by a puck and you go, oh, I look like Bushwick Bill. I can take the case.
Indeed. I got you, man.
Twist your ankle on the ice and you, I'm going to have to walk with a cane like Slick Rick. I can take that case.
And take it.
See.
All right.
Rangers win again last night.
In overtime, yeah.
I stayed up. I actually fell asleep in the 3rd period and woke up and it was 3-2 Rangers.
Yeah, they cost me money.
And then
I picked them to win by 1.5.
And it was a weird game.
Yeah, they were up 1-0, and they were down 2-1, and they were up 3-2, and then they got tied.
And then in overtime, all the Canuck fans were like, "That was a trip. That was a trip." Did the referee call it? Then it wasn't a trip.
Yep.
And that's what I've started telling people during the games I do. Oh, that was a cross check. Did I call it? No. Well, then I guess it wasn't.
Nope.
Because if it was, I would have called it. I had one kid yesterday on this 18 and under team who, ever since he was like 12, he's been one of those kids that just constantly pisses and moans about stuff on the ice. He comes in, throws a hit on a kid with his hands up by the kid's neck. So his stick is up high and everything. So as they separate, the kid gives him a little shot with the stick in the back. Now at 18U, I'm not calling every little tiny thing like that because, you know,
we don't do ticky-tacky.
You're playing big boy hockey. Big boy shit's going to happen. But he feels that little shove on him. And he turns and looks at me. And before he can say anything, I was like, I don't want to hear it. Your stick was up on him first. And he went to say something. And I said, save it. Just save it. Wow.
I'm looking for a drop.
Wow.
I don't want to hear it.
I am not a believer in too soon.
I know. We heard last week.
But I don't know if I would have come up with this one.
I didn't. I still laughed at it.
I don't know that I want to laugh at it.
It's not a matter of
maybe
wanting.
Maybe a small part of me will just instinctively do it for the creativity.
Yes, that part was well played.
But wow.
Who's that? Okay.
That is wow.
Are you ready to get into some woo?
Never, but that's
all right.
Yeah, I've heard that story, John. You know, if Ted said it wasn't a strike, if Ted didn't swing at it, it wasn't a strike.
Yeah.
When Ted Williams knows the strike zone better than the umpire,
Yep.
you
take his word.
All
right.
You know what? I got in trouble doing that in a men's league game one time because there was a guy who was so much more talented than everybody else. And, you know, everybody kind of deferred to him as far as what he thought was penalties.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he got, because he was such a good skater, if anybody got their stick in on him and things like that, held him up or whatever, he's like, oh, that's a hook. That's a hook. And I'm thinking to myself, that's a hook on anybody else on the ice, not on him, because it didn't slow him down. And I actually said that to him one time. I said, look, I said, Chris, you're a good player. I said, I enjoy watching you out here. I said, but I'm not going to fall in the same bullshit as everybody else. I said, you are a good enough skater to skate through all that bullshit that everybody seems to call when sticks touch you. I said, I'm not the one. I said, so if you get a tiny bit of a stick, I said, unless they pull you down, which will be the first time that happens. I said, chances are, you know, I'm going to let it go.
It's kind of like face mask. You know, if I don't see your head snap, you know, you're the guy that pushes through that incidental contact garbage. Unless I see your head snap around, you're not getting that call.
Yes. Yes. That was your cousin. Yes, it was. He was such a good skater. But the other referees used to defer to him all the time in the men's league. And I told him, I said, Chris, you're used to a lot worse than this from your college days. You don't need preferential treatment from us against a bunch of fucking ham and eggers out here.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of smiled and he's like, I get it.
Okay, player.
He never asked for the preferential treatment either. He was actually the coolest dude to the referees on the ice. Oh, his skill level was ridiculous. I'm sure it's still ridiculous. This guy ended up, he was the captain of Marist and then became the coach of Marist for a while. And what he could do on skates was just inhuman almost. I have no idea how he never caught the eye of a scout.
Was it unconceivable?
Grammar like a hammer. Yeah. He was good. He was really, really good. We used to play pickup every now and then with his dad used to organize pickup games, Ronnie. We used to call it the old farts, which I always thought was hysterical because Chris was the youngest one out there and he would just show everybody up. Yeah, he's a freak of nature on skates. He really is. But I used to have him try to come down one-on-one on me because I used to play defense. And I figured if I could stop him 1 time out of 10, it was a good night. I actually stopped him 3 times in a row. And he just looked at me one time and was like, well, I guess I'm going to hang him up. And I said, no. I said, look, the sun even shines on a dog's ass some days. I'm getting lucky. So, but he always had a lot of respect for me as a ref. And I had a shit ton of respect for him as a player and a coach. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's Voodoo's time, I guess.
All right. Well, then let's do that.
Let's do it.
With a Shree. Who's your mama?
the only girl. You're all I think about. You're the only girl for me. You're all I think about. You're special. No, I love you. No, I love you.
Hi, this is Michelle A. And you're listening to Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Every night my girlfriend tells me I should watch you. Now I say I trust you, but I want you to know. I'm not a sucker. Chill out. She knows this boy Pinocchio.
Yo, 1 2 1 2 1 2. What's good, yo? This is good, yo. This is Ghost from Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for Woo News with Jamie and Bill. I know what it is. Get it correct. Mr. Throwback Thursdays. Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On Woo News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza. Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Deck, you God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, an old dirty bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy on it.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 509.
I believe you're actually obligated to come in and say, hey.
No, I've said a lot of things on this show. Not doing Michelle A. Not happening. Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 509. It is indeed time for Woo News. We have two pieces of Woo News this week before we get into some music. First piece, Consequence of Sound. Consequence.net is the source. Bobby Digital. And I actually have this record. The 25th anniversary of RZA's solo debut.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't mean, we love you, Raheem. Oh, God.
Raheem. Oh, that was a different one.
That was Shaquan. I said that to him. He laughed at it later on in the week. 25th anniversary of RZA's solo debut, Bobby Digital in stereo.
Yes.
Which has
if you run over to Super 7, you can get the Bobby Digital action figure. The reaction figure.
Yes. Different sounding record than the Wu-Tang stuff, man.
Yeah.
But it's 25th anniversary. There is a Bobby Digital reaction figure box set now.
Ooh,
from Super 7, as you said. It's a 3.75 inch scale physical form of Bobby Digital from the album cover.
Yes. Sarah is immediately interested now.
The box set includes the Bobby Digital figure with 5 points of articulation and a glossy metallic finish, complete with the Wu-Tang symbol on the chest and a scaled replica of the weapon seen on the LP jacket. Also in the slick metallic and green package is a 45 RPM 7-inch featuring RZA's BOBBY and Holocaust, subtitled Silkworm singles, as well as a 45 record adapter that doubles as a stand for the action figure.
That's the coolest thing, because the reaction figures, it's kind of like trying to stand up a G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very wobbly, very unstable.
Yeah.
So to have something to put the foot in, aside from Yo-Yo's cooking, it's a definite bonus. That's why all my Czarface reaction figures are still in the packaging, not because I'm super collector and because I can't stand them up.
So this thing is available. They were giving away 3 of them. I'm sure they're probably already gone.
Probably.
But cool
Since
thing.
Our news has been delayed.
If you are a RZA fan.
No. If you are a Bobby Digital fan.
Bobby Digital fan, I should say. Yes. I do have like I said, I have that album, and I found it in the thrift store one day. I had it on CD, and then I was like, this is completely different, man.
So hold on. I haven't been able to do this in like 100 years. Is it this one? Hold on. And here.
Let us begin. What, where, why, or when? How many MCs must get dissed before somebody says don't the Chris? Why would you ask me a question knowing you knew the answer?
Take it for $10. Everything you want. Everything. Everything.
Questions from the posse.
A question from the posse. We haven't played that in years.
We have not. Like I said, nobody wants to ask us anything anymore.
And because we're in Woo News, we got a question from the posse in the chat. Coach Ron Johansson, with Jamie just wondering if you know if Banks and Steels are doing anything new. That is my Woo question. So I will turn it over to you because I have no idea. I haven't heard anything new from them in a while.
No, it's been like 6 years since they dropped anything. And I think the last thing they did was Anything But Words. And that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have not heard anything. I don't know if what's the Paul Banks Interpol, is that his band?
Yes, I think so.
I don't know if Interpol's doing anything anymore, and that's what's keeping Banks over there. I know Wu-Tang's been touring, so I don't know if that's slowing them down. I don't know. So to answer your question, I don't know, man. But
I don't know, man.
I will actively try to find out and see if there's any word on the wire. Maybe we can talk to Cool Kim, who can talk to Shaquan, who can talk to RZA.
Shaquan.
Talk about his hat. I'll put feelers out and see if I can find anything out. Who knows?
Excellent question. We do like Banks and Steele stuff, so that'd be something very interested to find out ourselves. Second article of Woo News.
Yes, John, I do remember that. That's why I was hoping it would come out with those for the reaction figures.
Cinema rules everything around me.
Cream.
Of course,
go to the movies. Oh,
global grind. Clips rule everything around me. Hip hop legend RZA is named the official ambassador of the 2023 Urban World International Film Festival.
Is that pronounced like pizza?
No, that would be pizza. Although I have heard people say pizza.
Yes.
I had some pizza. We used to say that all the time.
Yes, we did. I never in my life has said, I'm going to get some za.
No. The 27th Annual Urban World Film Festival has announced that Grammy and Emmy-nominated producer, actor, musician, filmmaker, the RZA, will serve as the official ambassador of this year's festival. So he says, I'm completely honored to be a part of the platform like Urban World, which supports storytellers from all walks of life. As a filmmaker, I understand the work that goes into not only getting a film made, but getting it seen. There aren't a lot of film festivals that intentionally shine light on the works of Black men and women in our industry. Our growing number of directors and producers need more outlets. Urban World gets it, and this opportunity to serve as ambassador to this year's festival is an honor and a privilege. So the festival's opening night film will be the Toronto International Film Festival award winner, American Fiction, directed by Cord Jefferson. This festival is going to take place this week, actually, November 1st through 5th.
Yeah.
At AMC 34th Street in the SVA Theater. HBO will be one of the founding partners. They're returning for their 27th year. Tickets and passes for this festival can be purchased at urbanworld.org if you are interested in attending. Maybe you'll get a chance to meet the RZA.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him for being named this year's ambassador to the Urban World Film Festival. It is time for music. Music we did not get to last week because
we were busy.
We were busy discovering the brand new superhero.
Man.
Billy Booty Hole Brown.
Which we said we were going to turn into Billy Booty Hole Brown Hornet.
Yes.
So let's get into some music, shall we?
Or Guillermo. I'm not sure.
Guillermo Grumpy Hole Greb. That's what it was. Ugh. Our one and done for episode 509. That would be the Dicks episode.
It would be.
I believe is a true one and done because I see nothing else by this group.
I didn't see anything either.
Came out in 1999.
A number.
It is from the group Comprehension. And it is Shades of Black.
I think that's backwards.
It's backwards. Yes, they have it backwards on my thing. Shades of Black is the crew.
Yes.
And Comprehension is the record.
Yes.
Boy, this tells you how bad the record is when they get the things backwards.
We don't even know who they are either.
On my list, they have artist Comprehension, title Shades of Black. So
yes, that is indeed backwards.
I will send them a little note here. You need to fix this. Shades of Black by Comprehension.
SOB.
This is
It's Shades of.
Ove, yes. I have, they didn't even number the tracks on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tracks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tracks. Oh.
But DJ Introduction is going to like it because track number 1 is Intro / Comprehension Remix.
Warning, warning, warning. Warning, warning, warning. Warning. Warning.
Because make our friends foreign.
Yeah, apparently there's a warning. Track number 2, As Long As I.
Shades of Black, New Crops, Cloak and Dagger, DBS, franchise, yo. Questioning many incidents where accident or fame, different cases, places, times, and dates. This music's been my escape since as long as I recollect. Problems faced with, for better, for worse. Sickness or good health, convince somebody else or someone else, but not yourself. So once again, I'm looking in, temptation to take it begin, caught up in the action. Trafficking, cause it catches it, man, it hurts. When the spirit convicts you with sin, you think I'm looking through bars. How the games got me locked in. Too often I've been forced into caution.
Track number 3, Light Through Darkness.
Light through darkness. Shades of black. We get together for a minute, focus an eye, and realize we all deep in it. A lack of control, grip with no hold, and forgetting to know only the soul is infinite. I chose not to fight. That gives me time to find what symbolizes the light. I know the difference between darkness and night. I know the difference between darkness and night.
So what's left? It seems like this world is at its rest like a last man.
Track number 4, an interlude called Interlude.
Yo, what up, yo? What's going on? This is Scotch and Orthodox representing Shades of Black. You know, hip hop to the fullest. You know, we've been living this, celebrating the culture for a long time now. You know, we just want to give our thanks and show some appreciation. You know, b-boys, graph artists, turntablists, MCs across the planet. This one's for you.
This one's for you.
Track number 5, Visions. I have those from time to time when I don't sleep enough.
Open up your mental so I insert these lyricals which produce the inner visions towards the visual. Open up your mental so we insert these lyricals which produce the inner visions towards the visual. Open up your mental so we insert these lyricals which produce the inner visions towards the visual. Open up your mental so we insert these lyricals which produce the inner visions towards the visual.
All up in this famous, thought you knew this. We spark and ignite niggas forming RC units. After each rhyme, blueprints we design keep close for multiply. Shades we upgrade and modify. Y'all niggas watered down, stay lacing.
Track number 6, Think It Through. It's always good advice.
Think about it.
Would you join the Navy if you didn't like the gravy and rice?
Don't mess with this, we on some next.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Twist the murder, you know I'm around for y'all this.
Tell you to think about it.
War like head danced. when we rock like this, whole crews get blessed. Intro is this merciless, Mr. Chris. With the marvelous and the ill lyricist. Different shades rocking for the origination. Cursive whack fools like my forefathers.
Track number 7, True Lies.
Isn't that an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
It was with Jamie Lee Curtis.
And Tom Arnold.
Who was actually very good in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You live true lies.
True lives, you lying to us.
You lying to self.
Lying cause you dying to bust.
You're hating on us.
I see you waiting.
Pray if we bust.
You're on your own.
To make it happen. Stop waiting on us. We done see you. We done see roll. Thing just rock two. Me versus you. See the blue.
Track number 8, Big Chat.
Not Lachat.
Not Lachat.
A lot of raps talk shit when they move in their clicks, but in the middle of a war they turn bitch when I spit. My verbal sent to hit you. My first target's your brain tissue. First off, switch then teach pull son to the side, yo, your time will come. So you grew last year, you broke last year. Might be hot where you come from, but you gon' freeze here. With the bastard got brave, I keep the angel to death. Talking big shit, how we gon' put two through my shit?
Last track on the record, track number 9, Status Climbers, and it's a remix. I don't know what the first one sounded like.
Just a reminder, where's your girl at? When
Hell, the intro was a remix.
Yeah, it
In the
was.
corner living on their knees, begging for the key, making babies for the G's. I could unfold you if I talked about how I molded you, sculpted you. And you know it's true, the way you infiltrated, the way you desecrated, the way you moved, with no hesitation throughout the industry. Yo, I saw you on your rise, I saw you standing.
It wasn't
Just
bad. It was just, it was kind of there.
Yeah.
There were some parts of it that sounded like it had a lot of potential, but I can see why they were a one and done.
Yeah,
It was
they're
another
very
one of
Columbia.
those. It was one of those, like we've said in the past, that sounded a lot like everything else from that era and didn't really have anything to stand out. It wasn't terrible.
No,
but it wasn't great.
I think it's a very good background record.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're doing other stuff, just put it on and it
Yeah.
sounds good, but
Yeah,
it's nothing that
but it's not anything I would do a deep dive into.
No, you're not running out looking to see if they have
But
more
the beats
records.
were good. Beats were
Yeah.
good. I enjoyed it. So Shades of Black with Comprehension was your one and done for episode 509, and only 9 tracks on the thing, so it went
Yeah.
really, really quick.
It was okay.
This week's record of the week, oddly enough, is going to be by your brand new
Look at that.
artist of the month. Thanks to Fly Guy Cool Kim.
Yes.
This month's artist of the month for November of 2023 is the UMCs. This is the second album by the UMCs,
Which is very different
from the first one.
from Fruits of Nature, yeah, which is the one that everybody knows.
Mm-hmm. This one came out January 25th, 1994.
A number.
Running 58 minutes and 21 seconds long on Wild Pitch and EMI Records. This is Unleashed, the second album by Artist of the Month, the UMCs, consisting of Cool Kim and Haas G.
Mhm.
I have 14 tracks on this record.
As do I.
Track number 1, Time to Set It Straight.
Inside your head because I walk still like Groucho. Hey, yo, I'm not a slouch, so ladies scream and shout, brother, work it out. Static, I blow hard like the wind, then I'll spin your topsy-turvy. I serve thee. Here's a fruity orange for your scurvy. Got my own lucky charm in the middle of my pants. Wanna dance high, wind up and boulder on that ass, yo. Rico,
Here's a fruity orange for your scurvy.
Which is, a treatment for that sort of thing.
It does come across already right off the jump as a DOS Effects feel.
Yes.
Not so much the, as DOS Effects call it, the Iggity Suicide. Not so much, but the the delivery minus that.
Right. Track number 2, We Go.
The agenda goes cycle through the mayhem that I send her. New and boo-boo, I approve and amender, contender. Bender, watch me when I render. The jam when I slam makes the beats move so tender. I only do the shows when it's mad chaos. I go nuts with the boss, then pass it down. Hey yo, what's on my mind at the time?
I will say, I said they sounded like Das Effects there. I really do like this album. This is one of the few artists who can have such different sounding styles on 2 different albums, and I like both of them.
Yes.
It's not like when Hammer tried to do the Funky Headhunter. I didn't like the change of the way Hammer was trying to represent himself. This seems more like hey, we were teenagers here. We're growing up now.
Yeah, more of an extension of who they are as opposed to, completely, I'm going to try something different.
Yeah.
That doesn't always work.
No.
Track number 3, Evil Ways.
Rhythmic apocalypse. I rips the rhythm rhyme rough and tough, the hell's for lyricist. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. High Complex. I be a schizo, so I don't know what's next. Here comes the voodoo hacks. I rock your whole beat to smash your world apart and punch a hole in your chest. To prove you got no heart, I be the arcane master.
Track number, what are we up to? 4.
We are.
Hit the Track. So I guess if we're up to 4, we better hit the track. So we
yes,
can hit
yes.
the track.
It's like that. Jack, here I am with the ill demonic click. Got supersonic hits, bright light, watch the switch out. Into the domains and saw hell raising on the stage when I start raging and start praising. Oh hell, here comes the king of the beast. The Tyrannosaurus Rex of my sect from the east. I'm in with the high pressure system of the north. I bring the cool.
Track number 5, What's Up?
Now here's the biggest illustration of the mad click your fear. I dare, okay, I'll be a player, the mighty high-speed aliens, ancient panty raider, the invader, that cut creating your saves up, lies and tries, and all the bum alibis.
All the bum alibis.
Track number 6, Staten Island Comes First.
We got a baby number for you, baby. But representing Staten Island, we got the mighty UMCs in the house. Cool Kim in the house. Hot cheese in the house. So if you're with me, yeah. Well, if you're with me, yeah. Can I get a count on? You got it, baby mama. Can I get a count on? 1, 2, 3. Let's hear it for my boys on the block. Forget the goose. Tell me niggas more the booster. It's the hit rooster. Let me introduce the rock. Bring it on. First the warning. We're overtaking rap like the morning. It's the undisputed.
Track number 7, Ill Demonic Click.
Look out.
From the pits of hell, the ill demonic click. Cool Kim UMC represents like this. Peep it. Yo, make way for the deadly rap infection. I got a crew of sick motherfuckers and they come in your direction with the bam bam. Nigga lower, act like you don't know a nigga. Get your lyrics and run. Yo, it ain't no time for the whack rap grammar hot taps. I am a crack then jam. Goddamn thick. Here comes the ill demonic click in fits. Bewitched with the ill demonic shit.
Track number 8, Speak Some Ill Thoughts.
A real hypocrite, low life, get male chauvinistic, sexist, sleaze back. My best characteristic, I'm a pathological liar. My father don't trust me, shit. If I were you, I'd bust me. Cause even I discuss me, got the problem with my hormones and it's driving me nuts. I like sex with sluts, but they hate my guts. I got the worst sucker roll and I can't over.
Track number 9, Whoa Now. Track number 10, Pleasure in the Dark.
Okay, player.
That just sounds dirty.
Measure pleasure, know whether you're rapping, acting that clever, I'm bad to the bone. That's what's up, whenever, whatever, cause I'm just cool Kim. Hey yo, I'm only cool Kim. Turn off the lights and me and you can begin. Disorder, no kind of psycho, wearing bunches like my forefathers did. It's me and you against the world, so is you with me, kid? Well, if you didn't know, Hops whips when I lash, I dash like flash, and I'm right behind you.
Yeah, this is a completely different record from Fruits of Nature, but it is good.
Oh, no, it's a really good record.
It's solid. It is a solid record. Track number 11, Can You Feel It?
Fool man, chew man, I'm coolin'. I kick the large shot to the motherfucking Wu Clan. Here goes the rules and follow cause I'll knock her. Pump to the land of the lost like Chaka. I'm sort of like the sleep stack, so flea black. My shit is never whack.
All right, it's my favorite track on the record just for the Land of the Lost reference. Track number 12, that's just how it's got to be. So track number 12, How It Gotta Be.
Okay.
Situation, girl, you know I got the group sensation, relation. Plus, I got the dopest occupation. I'm the motherfucker master of charisma. I got some shit to give you, I deliver. Hits that make you quiver, go ooh for the tactic. Girl, you knew I had it.
I did, Nipsey. Yes, we were talking about that earlier today. Just awful. And I said to my wife, I've never worn a neck guard when I've refereed before, but it's something I've actually gone online and ordered, and hopefully it'll get here this week because that was just tragic. I mean, we've seen things like that in the past. For those who can't see the video, Nipsey, one of our posse members, asked me if I saw what happened to the ice hockey player yesterday because he knows I'm a hockey guy. So rough stuff. So track number 12 was How It Gotta Be. Track number 13, I guess the answer is Sure.
It sounds that way.
Because track number 12 or 13 is Gotta Be Sure. How It Gotta Be? Gotta be sure.
Conceptual rhyme, not minor, but major flavor. Operating, navigating through the beats. I slip into your pants, I make you jump to your feet. I wanna rock with you, dig it on the good foot. I trip, I get a grip by the lip and then thump you with the hip. Then
and finally, track number 14, last track on the record, My Thing.
We can do what we want to do. Flip how we gonna flip. Say what we want to say. Cause it's my thing. Hey yo, I'm like Ming, the merciless. Call me Dark Knight. I pick a fight on the mic. If your rap don't sound right, I keep on rolling down the river, make you shiver. Quiver to the rhyme, I deliver on my track. My rap knack can never call it slack. Kick your spine out your back. If you try and say I'm like, I be the rap playboy. A hip hop, Chewy Hefner, a real sexy enough. Like much stepper, you just a rap.
A real sexy MFer like Prince.
Mm-hmm. That is your record of the week. By your artist of the month, the UMCs, this was Unleashed. I do have a little bit of charting action on this.
Do you?
I do indeed. No singles, but the album itself did chart on the U.S. Heat Seekers albums on Billboard, peaking at 22, and the top R&B hip-hop albums at number 63 for Unleashed by the UMCs, your record of the week for episode 509. That comes on the heels of your one and done Shades of Black with Comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
Remind you that the artist of the month is UMC's, at least starting on the 1st. Until then, for the first 2 days of this week, while you're listening, it's still Tupac. So you got 2 days to listen to Tupac and then switch over to UMC's. Before we take our final break, we have an old to the new.
We do.
And this is DJ Eddie F, Heavy D's DJ.
Yes.
Along with Eric Sermon, featuring Jaron Benton. And the name of the record is This Is Hip Hop.
Eric Sermon, DJ Eddie F. Jared Hey yo, Redman hit me on the phone last night, all the way from Europe to tell me I was tight. On the mic, I'm agua, think no different. I'm born with the gift shit, some of y'all addicted. So who you gonna blame it on, Jamie? Stop it. You see these whack officers won't cop it. Hip hop's my baby, you wanna adopt it, but you ain't fit for this, homie, so drop it. The number one topic, I'm that nigga. Cats follow me like if I was on Twitter. Plus Eric be on the cut like scissor. I'm sharp like the hand on Wolverine or RZA. Nigga, some acts will I give it up, maybe. No. If the rap game wasn't so crazy, if the rap game wasn't so lazy, if everybody's vision wasn't hazy. Back then, I could have been the boss. I could have had 50. I could have had Biggie. I could have had Luda. I could have had Game. I could have had Wu-Tang. I could have had Ross. But I'm a clear smoke that's in the air. And if you can't see me, homie, I spark the flare. Wherever hip-hop is playing that, I'm near. Yeah, hands in the air like yeah.
We in the bitch like yeah. New York down to the A like yeah. If you get money and you fly, say yeah. Girls getting wild in the bitch like yeah.
Yeah, we gon' do it.
Yeah, this is hip hop stupid.
We gon' do it.
Yeah, this is hip hop stupid.
We gon' do it.
Yeah, this is hip hop stupid. Yeah,
we gon' do it.
Stop the press. Who the heck is that? Elude the beat. I'm finna rate the track. This is my house. These niggas they hate that. Poof, bear moves. You fucking fade the black. And the flow just flames the kerosene. And these bitches wanna hang like David Carradine. J2 fly, could blaze these pair of wings. Taking fat whores out to treats and Dairy Queen. Yeah, I'm very clean. New Chuck Taylors. Outfit tailored on my way to the cater. Life got a funny way of saying fuck you. Gotta fuck to my name in the freaking rinse suit. You couldn't fathom the shit we've been through. So I don't give a fuck if we offend you. It's hard when you working these lame 9 to 5s. In the meanwhile, trying to keep hip hop alive. Backpacker, Jay's back at it. Grandma stressed, her son's a crack addict. And he keeps swiping 20s out my auntie's purse. And he's stooping in the room when she on the way to church. Damn, but wait, it gets worse. And I try to play hard like the shit don't hurt. Just that hardcore death squad raised on the sun shit. But it gets dumped if a nigga say the wrong shit. Think we got a problem, instead no telling what type of drugs I'm using.
Yeah, this is hip hop, stupid, and we ain't dumbing down for you niggas' amusement. Jared, we in this bitch like yeah. New York down to the A like yeah. If you get money and you fly, say yeah. Girls getting wild in the bitch like yeah. We gon' do it. Yeah, this is hip hop, stupid. We gon' do it. Yeah, this is hip hop, stupid. Yeah, this is hip hop, stupid. Yeah, we gon' do it. Yeah, we gon' do it. Yeah, this is hip hop, stupid. We gon' do it. Yeah, this is hip hop, stupid. We gon' do it. Yeah, this is hip hop.
This is Hip Hop, brought to you by DJ Eddie F, along with Eric Sermon, featuring Jaron Benton. You're old to the new for episode 509. That just had such a classic feel, celebrating the 50th anniversary. And Eric Sermon could rap the phone book, and I would be enthralled with it. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. We're going to take our final break of the day. I'm going to read some lyrics. Maybe we'll touch on foosball, maybe not. Depends on what we decide to do. But I will definitely read some lyrics on Mr. Throwback Thursday, brought to you by the law offices of WMWESQ, the hip hop hockey injury law firm. Do that hockey so we can all get paid. Coming right back after the break.
So we can all get paid. Maybe I'll run. I haven't even taken this out of my phone yet.
I didn't just chuckle. I full out. I maybe even guffawed.
Guffawed?
I might have let go of a guffaw.
Okay, I may just play this no music straight up out of my phone for our next drop.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Jack?
Whatever you got to do, man. So twice this week in sporting events, I've seen teams get penalized for the actions of their fans.
Oh.
AHL, American Hockey League, Grand Rapids Griffins. They do a chuck-a-puck thing that raise money for a charity.
Mm-hmm.
They sell the foam rubber pucks, and at the end of the game, whoever throws their puck closest to a target gets prizes and stuff like that. But they pay for these foam pucks.
Okay.
The Griffins came back and scored 2 goals to tie a game late. 9 people threw their pucks on the ice, kind of in celebration, causing a delay of game penalty charged to the Griffins, who then gave up a power play goal and lost the game.
Nice.
So their fans caused the power play that ended up making them lose the game.
Awesome.
Yesterday, Colorado State was issued a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty because their fans were throwing snowballs at the other team.
That's fair. It's not like people throwing batteries or anything.
No, that's Philadelphia. But God, just because you buy a ticket to a thing doesn't mean you get to act like an asshole.
Some people think it is.
It's just.
All right. Let me know if this plays.
I hear it very low.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on, Sean. You may have just heard it through my microphone.
I think I did.
So what we want is to pair. We'll turn this off. We'll turn this back on. We'll see if it comes up. Roadcaster connecting. It says connected.
Peace and blessings.
Okay, that one works.
That I heard.
I had to reconnect it. Okay, well, I'm going to use this no music drop.
Okay, until you can put music to it.
Yeah, because it just came in. So we're going to go live. We're going to do that. And we're going to do some lyrics. So let's do that with a Shree. Who's your mama?
Peace and blessings. MC Globe, GLOBE for the NYC. Hollering at the Throwback Thursday team. Yes.
But it starts with this.
Preston.
called reading. It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right, left to right. Words together is a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headaches. Might offer any cramps.
Most people listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 509. It is indeed time for Bill Reed's Lyrics. So, I'm almost afraid, like I always am at this times. Here we are.
We are here. You know it.
You know.
So, we're gonna do verse
if you're
one.
laughing this much before you even send it to me,
it's not so much what I'm laughing, it's why I'm laughing. It has nothing to do with the actual lyrics. It's where the lyrics came from.
I'll tell you why I'm laughing at it. Because I ain't shit.
Yeah.
My real name is
Leroy.
Leroy. I work at the car wash.
All right.
That car, I stole that car.
I'm gonna send this over to you.
Okay, let's see.
You're gonna do verse 1 in the chorus, and there's a reason, and we'll find out because with no type of ado, Sesame Street, Grover Style, whether nearer or further, we will cue the motherfucking piano.
I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. My coochie pink, my booty hole round. Where the Nickelbacks? I'm looking for the hose. Quit playing Nickelback. Come suck a bitch toe. Pound Town. Just left Pound Town with my Nickelback. He just took a bitch down. Yeah, that Nickelback dick a bitch down. Yeah, that Nickelback eat me out. Pound Town. Just left Pound Town with my Nickelback. He just took a bitch down. Yeah. That Nickelback dick a bitch down. Yeah. That Nickelback eat me out.
Billy Booty Hole Brown.
Yeah. I hope
Never ever will that artist appear on the show again.
No, but I'm not surprised.
But
No.
there was a particular line in there that needed to be played.
Yes. And I hope I did it justice when I
Yes.
Last reminder for anybody who has not put the hashtag into the chat, we are going to be giving away the cookies in just a moment. These are the coolest cookies in the universe
They are.
because Darlie made them.
Yes, yes, she did.
If you order them, they
I
misspelled
messaged
Carol.
Preem. I messaged Preem because he posted that he got some, and I said, "Did yours also come from Darlie Makes Cookies?" He said, "Yes, they did."
Yes, they did. Who the fuck is Darlie?
I don't know, but she makes some cookies.
All right. I've given everybody ample time. How many people are in the drawing?
That's a very good question. Looks like 5.
Fife dog?
Yes, 5 entries. So let's draw and see who's going to win some of Daryl Makes Cookies. Ronnie J,
who gave us the questions from the posse today. So
yes. So now he gets some Darlie made cookies from Daryl Makes Cookies. And you should go get some of these, and they're at dmc-cookies.com.
So congratulations, Ron. Enjoy your Daryl made cookies.
Yes. Ronnie, hit me up. I think I have your address somewhere, but hit me up with your address, and I will put these in the Merle.
How are we doing time-wise? Do we have time to touch on a certain sporting
if
event?
you can keep it under about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think we can run through it real quick. We'll just
All right.
go through what the records are. See
And the
what-
standings, not so much the.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's do a little bit of this.
Hello, you play to win the game. Playoffs. I'm talking about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs. I just hope we can win a game.
And I don't know if I can get into this now because I think my password has changed.
Who changed your password?
I don't know. I might have to use the thing on my phone. So let me go to. You know what? It's because I'm using the new computer and I don't have anything saved on that.
Gotcha.
So let's quickly go to the league. The league.
Yes, but you should be watching.
We are on week 8. Coming into this week, number 1 team in the league, you Kelsey, what I Kelsey at 6-1. And the bottom team in the league at number 12 is the Ahmad Sauce Committee Part 2 at 2-5. I at one point was really high, and now I'm really, really low. So this week's matchup is for me. Let's see. Where is the league matchups here?
Oh, you are a hot mess.
Well, I'm not used to looking at it on my phone. That's why.
This week, you play against Belichick yourself.
Yeah.
3 and 4 in 10th place. You 2 and 5 in 11th place. I 3 and 4 in 8th place and playing John Protect Kirk's Neck, who is 4 and 3 in 4th place.
Ugh. We just found out my father-in-law's cat is not good. He needs to have 2 teeth removed, and just my father-in-law can't deal with a whole lot of depression right now because he's been through a lot. So I don't know why this password just all of a sudden changed, because it's not even on my other one.
I do not know.
Let's see. Email a code. Verify with Google account. Let's do it that way. And then I should be able to get back in here. So remind me later to resolve. Oh, okay. Now I'm in. Yay. That's so stupid. I had to connect it through Google in order to get to the fantasy home.
Things have happened.
It could be worse. So anyway, yes. Hey, look at that. There's the real page that I look at every week. So yes, I am taking on Belichick yourself. That is a matchup of the 11th and 10th place teams in the league.
Yep.
You, Brees Hall Hotel at 3 and 4, taking on John Protect Kirk's Neck. You're at 3 and 4, 8th in the league. John is 4 and 3, 4th in the league.
Yes.
Ahmad Sauce Committee Part 2. Ian 2 and 5, 12th in the league, taking on MC Aiden featuring DMW. That is Sanket. He is at 4 and 3. 3rd in the league. That's pretty sad when the 3rd and 4th place teams in the league are 1 game over 500. Either that or it's really good, because a lot of parity. Arrested to Belichick. I'm not taking on Dr. Tim. I'm taking on Becca.
Yeah.
Arrested to Belichick. Dr. Tim. The 2 Belichicks fuck me up every
Yes.
3 and 4 at 7th place, taking on Gangrene Hoodie with the Woody, who is our contest winner this week, Ron E.J. 5 and 2 in 2nd place. Put it in Friarmouth. 3 and 4 at 9th in the league, taking on you Kelsey, what I Kelsey at 6 and 1. 1st in the league. And then Revenge on Lazard City at 3 and 4, taking on Felicia Young and Entertaining at 4 and 3. So that's 6 versus 5. Very close league this year.
Yeah.
The worst record in the league is 2 and 5, which is me and Ian together. I think I'm still the highest, the second highest scoring person now since I've been passed, but that's because I ran up a shit ton of score early in the year.
Yeah.
But then I've run into injury issues and things like that. But it is what it is. Stupid me did not have Mr. Kincaid playing on Thursday night because I was not expecting him. Now I find out that Dawson Knox is on the
DL
the year or at least for 6 weeks. So he's going to be my tight end moving forward. But let's hope that Mr. Njoku out in Cleveland can do.
Yes, I believe he will have a good game.
Yes,
you want to have a good game as Mr. Kincaid, but
no. And I got to get a new running back too, because Latavius Murray isn't doing shit for me. But anyway, that's where we stand. It's a very competitive league.
It is.
Or
everybody just sucks except for Greg. That's
Greg,
also a possibility. Who knows?
It's more than likely the truth. Yeah, I'm a wiener. Well, I'm a lawyer.
Indeed.
I got a mug that says so. So that is your foosball update.
So I believe it is time for you to switch from Bill, Booty Hole Bill, to Phil.
Booty Hole Phil. No, I will switch from Billy Booty Hole Brown to Guillermo Rumpy Hole.
Well, you do that.
But that doesn't take us home. So I will go from
not.
Bill to Phil.
But you should please take us home.
Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 509, brought to you in part by WMW ESQ. No, it's so terrible.
And Darlie makes cookies.
And Darlie makes cookies, yes. Otherwise, brought to you by our usual cast of sponsors. The World's Strongest Coffee, Death Wish Coffee. Find them on Facebook, X, Instagram, and deathwishcoffee.com. Use the code
and
TBT and Tiki Taki. Save the code TBT to save 12% off your first order at Death Wish Coffee. Def Rugs, defrugs.com, Facebook, X, and Instagram, all at Def Rugs. Handmade, high-quality hip-hop themed rugs from the original Rug E Fresh, Marshall Fox, and his business associate who brought you the old to the new this week, or at least part of it anyway, Eric Sermon. Go check out Def Rugs and order yourself a Def Rug. Up in Schenectady, New York, as the weather gets colder, it's much easier to order from our good friend Heather Lent on J Street, who is the proprietor of Bittersweet Candy Company up there. She makes coffee and coffee. She makes, coffee themed stuff too.
Sure.
She makes coffee flavored stuff, I think. But she makes candy and chocolate. That's what I was going for. That is handmade, small batch, different, and
delicious.
Check them out on Facebook and order at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code THROWBACK to save 10% off your order at Bittersweet Candy. Melted Mics, MLTDMICS.com. Hip-hop themed t-shirts like Jamie's Crumbs t-shirt he was wearing last week. You can get other t-shirts like that at meltedmics.com. Use MR Throwback Thursday as your promo code, and you'll save 10% off your order there.
You cannot get a Billy Booty Hole Brown shirt made there yet.
Not yet. Who knows, though. Etsy.com/ shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth.
Yes.
Brought to you by the sick twisted mind of Mr. Throwback Thursday and his sick twisted wife, Mrs. Throwback Thursday. Hip hop and pop culture items. And they're not in the Etsy shop, are they?
No.
So but those are available as well. If you go to MrThrowbackThursday.com, we have 7 of our Good Day Bowls left as of right now. So
get them before they're gone.
Oh, okay. I have to say thank you to my wife.
Okay.
She put gas in my car.
She doesn't know how to do that.
Yes, she does. Although she doesn't believe it's legal in New York for women to do that.
Yes, I know.
But anyway, social media network for the show, MrThrowbackThursday.com, the homepage for everything. You can check out the show notes. You can check out all the cool stuff we have. You can leave us voicemail messages through the Hit Us Up app, and we will play them on the air.
And who knows, there may be a Billy Booty Hole Brown shirt on there sooner or later.
If you want to leave your best Cool Kim impression saying Billy Booty Hole Brown, we invite you to go to Mr. Throwback Thursday and hit us up. And I'll just get inundated with Billy Booty Hole Brown for the remainder of my life. As well as the webpage, we have our social medias. On X, we are at the _MR _TBT and Bill _MR _TBT, which is also my Instagram and Threads handle. Jamie on Instagram and Threads is MR Throwback Thursday. If you are a purveyor of the TikTok, I believe it is under MR Throwback Thursday too.
I think so, yeah.
Just search Mr. Throwback Thursday. You'll find it. And there is one that's marked Bill Reads Lyrics. I was going to do that, but every time we put up anything like that, it's just going to be
It goes away.
woohoo. It'll go away because apparently you can't swear on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, you can't say things like booty hole.
Yeah. So we're not going to do a Bill Reads Lyrics TikTok page. I wish we could, but TikTok is weird. So we're not going to do that. We also have an email address, mrthrowbackthursday@gmail.com. If you want to send Jamie pieces of information, like I did yesterday, which may end up in the show next week just for the severity of it, but
fucking lunatic.
He is a nut job. And you can also check us out every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fresh Radio at itsfreshradio.com and the Fresh Radio app for your phone. Brought to you by DJB, the hardest working turntablist in the world. We are on right after the All Request Show.
Yes.
Shout outs.
Yay.
Gail Dunmeyer, Manny Baez, Sarah Henderson, John Henderson, Hugo Gonzalez, Sanket Patel, Teresa Lynn, Simple Luxuries at teresalynns.com, Clay Arsenault, The Shrieking Warrior, Jennifer Buchanan, Jason Heath, Jessica Walker, Shane Hatley, Ricky Schnarr, Kenneth Elsfelder, Mr. Cranky Pants, Brian Hollenbeck, who was threatening to revoke his patronage after what we played earlier. The legend, Kevin Van Buren, Robert Jeffroy, Kate Harvey, Catherine Liska, and Ken Dwinell. They get mentioned every week because
or more.
You want to get your name mentioned every week? Become a patron. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT. And that'll get you on the good list.
It will.
Don't forget, as always, check out our friends in the industry, the Kings of Sport, Brother Nate Milton, Chris Ely over at the Kings of Sport, Anthony Imran and Rug Boy over at the Jock and Nerd podcast. Talkin' Ty has a new episode out.
He does?
Season 3, episode 1 of What's the Word podcast with Brooklyn Ty NYC. We mentioned DJB on It's Fresh Radio. Go check that out. Wild One Radio at wildoneradio.com, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays and all throughout the weekend on Wild One Radio. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and all of that good stuff.
That is very important.
Your input helps our output. We've been saying it for close to 10 years, and we do mean every word of it. We also want to remind you, you have got to stay hydrated.
Damn straight.
Go find us and share the good word. Take good care of yourselves and each other. Advise your hands to wash themselves.
And then you can wash your butt.
Using those hands because your butt does not wash itself. And until next time, keep it classic. And always remember.
New school stale. Old school fresh.
ESH